stop talking already, please.
Chapter what, sister?
Still chapter 8, yeah. So we're going to the determinants of price elasticity of demand. You know, when I was explaining the relationship between price elasticity of demand and the calculation, we talked about inelastic and elastic. I told you that there are different reasons why the PED might be elastic and inelastic. We talked about the technical point, where the price of one variable, an increase in a variable will bring about a fall in another variable. And we talk about the other point, which is a price of two products increasing, for the demand for one increases more than another. So what are those things that would warrant us to have an inelastic demand or elastic demand? These are the factors that affect demand. So the first one is availability of substitutes. For substitute products, we're talking about a product that can be used in place of another. That's a substitute.
Can you give us
Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Those are substitutes. So if the price of Coca-Cola increases, the demand for Coca-Cola would reduce. And people will start switching to buy Pepsi. Do we get the point here? So, do we get the point, please?
Yes.
Stop writing, please. Stop already. So, what we're saying in essence is this. If a product has more substitutes, the price elasticity of demand for such product would always be price elastic, because consumers have different choices to make. So if you increase your price, they're just going to switch to buy other competitors that their price is lesser than yours. Do you understand substitute here?
Yes.
A substitute product is a product that can be replaced. So as soon as the product is replaceable, you don't increase the price, because if you do increase the price, the quantity demanded for your product would reduce, because customers will start switching to buy from those competitors that their prices are affordable, because customers are conscious about price. That's the point. Do we understand substitutes?
Yes.
The second one, the width of market definition. So how do we see the market? How do we see the product? Is the product a necessity or a luxury? So if the product is a necessity, irrespective of the price, we will tend to buy. We won't care about the price, like food, clothing, shelter. These things are important to our living. So without these things, we cannot live. So if the price of these products increases, we tend to continue to buy them, irrespective of what the price is. Do we understand the point here? But if it is considered as a luxury, we might choose not to buy them here, because luxury goods are goods. Stop that way, please. Luxury goods are goods that we buy when we can afford them. Do you understand?
Can you explain again?
Yeah, sure. For the width of the market, we're talking about the definition we give to the product we are buying, or the service we want to get. So if the product is a necessity, it means it's a need, like food, clothing, shelter. These things, our living depends on them. So irrespective of the price, we still buy them. So that means the demand for such product will be priced inelastic. But if the product is a luxury, is defined to be a luxury, what if the price increases, we might not buy them because it's not necessary. Luxury goods are goods we buy when we can afford them, like holiday in Bahamas. So it's if I can afford it, I go. If I can't, I will just leave it. It's optional. Do you understand here?
Yes.
Do we get price elastic and inelastic here? So a product that is considered as a necessity, it is seen as price inelastic. But if it's a luxury, it is considered to be price elastic. Do we get it? Any question about that?
No.
And the third one, time. When we talk about time, we're talking about the period at which we can easily find a substitute. A product that it's easy for us to find a substitute. If the price increases, we switch to buy other products. The time in between. The time in between. Do you get what time is about here? The time that it takes us to find a substitute. If it is easy for us to, if it is just going to be a short period of time to find a substitute, the product will be price elastic. But if it's going to take time to find a substitute, the product will be price elastic. Isn't elastic here?
What do you mean by substitute?
A substitute is a product that can be replaced. Like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they are substitutes. So that is about substitute. But we're talking about time. We're talking about, hello, I'm going to kick you out of this class now. We're talking about substitute. When we're talking about time, we're talking about the duration at which we can find the substitute. For example, the price of this marker increases to $2. We cannot find another brand, so we just have to buy. So the demand for this marker will be priced inelastic. But as soon as the price of this product increases and we are able to find a substitute marker within the short period of time, the demand for the product will be priced elastic. Do you understand elastic and inelastic here? So how elastic a product is and how inelastic a product is determined by one, the availability of substitutes. If there are products that can replace your product, you don't increase the price of such product, because if you do, they will stop buying from you, they start buying from your competitors. If the product is seen as a necessity, you can increase the price. Customers will still buy because their livelihood depends on it. If it takes time to find a substitute for a product, such product can be priced inelastic because you cannot easily find a substitute. Are they clear? Any question, please? They'll go to the relationship between PED and total revenue. So, for price elasticity of demand, because hello, stop that already. Focus. For price elasticity of demand, because it's about demand, it means we need price and quantity, which is price and P times Q. So that takes us to revenue. What is the total revenue? Total revenue is our price multiplied by quantity. So price P multiplied by Q, that's our quantity, our total revenue. So as soon as a product is known, you have calculated your PED. You find out that your product is priced inelastic. Such product, you can increase the price. If you do increase the price, your total, sit down properly, please. Properly. As soon as a product is seen to be priced inelastic, if you increase the price of such product, the total revenue for your business will increase. Because irrespective of whatever the price is, consumers will buy. I'm talking about the relationship between price elasticity of demand and your total revenue. Total revenue is the total receipts you make in the course of selling your product. If your product is seen as priced inelastic, it means whatever the price you sell it, customers will still buy. Such product, you can increase the price. If you do increase the price, it is assured that it's going to be sold, then your total revenue would increase. Same goes to your total expenditure. For consumers, because the price of the product has increased, whatever they spend on it would have increased too. So total revenue and total expenditure are linked together. Without revenue, without expenditure, there won't be revenue. So we are buying because businesses are selling. Do you get the point I'm making here? There's total revenue, there's total expenditure. Total expenditure represents what customers are buying. Total revenue represents what businesses are selling. So we don't sell when customers do not buy. Do you get the point here? So if the price of a product increases, it means the total revenue and the total expenditure would increase. If the demand for the product is priced inelastic, which means irrespective of the price, customers will still buy. So the point I'm making is, if the PED of the product is inelastic, when the price increases, the total revenue and the total expenditure of customers and businesses would increase. That is for inelastic. On the other hand, if the demand for a product is price elastic, if businesses increase the price, customers will stop buying. Then the revenue and expenditure would reduce. Do we get it now or not? There's expenditure which is linked to revenue. If price increases, if the PED of the product is price inelastic, customers will buy irrespective of the price. As a result of that, the total revenue would increase, the total expenditure would increase. If the product is price elastic, an increase in price for such product will bring down the total revenue and total expenditure. Total expenditure will fall because customers will not buy. They are conscious about price, they wouldn't buy. Then it is expected to have a reduction in the revenue of firms. Sit down properly. Do we get the point, please? Then, what is total expenditure? Total expenditure is quantity purchased multiplied by price. Quantity purchased by customers multiplied by the price customers pay. For total revenue, quantity sold by businesses multiplied by the price businesses sold. Are they clear, please?
Can I write Q times B?
Q times P, yes. Are they clear, please? Any question about PED and total revenue and total expenditure? No, total revenue and total expenditure are linked together. Without total expenditure, there will never be total revenue, because expenditure represents buyers, revenue represents sellers. So if they are not buying, we are not selling. And they have to buy before we can talk about our revenue. Are they clear?
Can you explain total expenditure again?
Total expenditure is the total amount spent by you. By you. That's the amount you spend on the product. The amount I spend on the product is my total revenue, or total expenditure. But total revenue is the amount of money we make from selling our product.
Profit. No.
Product. Is it clear? Any question about it?
No.
So that ends price elasticity of demand. Thank you.